Let's get more on this now with Vicky Pryce in London. She's Chief Economic Adviser at the Centre for Economics and Business Research. Really good to have you back with us, Vicky. Now, this latest CBI survey shows that retail sales are falling at the fastest pace in over 40 years. How serious is this signal for the UK economy right now?
Oh, it's a worry. But the interesting thing is that if you look at the data coming from the government, which is the Office for National Statistics figures for March, so a month before the one that the CBI, the Confederation of British Industry, is reporting on, they showed an increase despite the fact that we had the war in Iran already starting and costs beginning to increase. And what that increase actually was mostly on was people filling their cars with a lot more petrol just to be on the safe side as prices seem to be going up. So there was some small underlying increase in the rest of what they were spending, but it was a bit of an increase that was giving, consumers some guarantees that perhaps they weren't going to be paying an awful lot after that. But the interesting thing is indeed the CBI survey for April, which is the one that we're in now, about to finish, which shows that the if you like, the sentiment, the sort of negative sentiment has started coming through. And at the same time, we've seen consumer confidence indicators really drop substantially. We've seen lots of other indicators for business also, taking a downward step. And that, of course, confirms what the CBI is now saying, which is that the distributive sector in particular is being hit quite badly by the increase in cost. I mean, just think about the extra fuel costs for transporting anything from A to B. So the wholesale distributive trade is also showing quite a big hit.
As you say, Vicky, we are seeing weak consumer confidence and rising inflation fears linked to the war on Iran. How much longer do you think that might shape spending behaviour on the ground?
I think what people are worried about is what's going to happen also to interest rates and also to food prices. On the interest rate front, you've covered it a little bit just now. We're having the meetings this week, so the Bank of England will decide on Thursday. We have the Fed, of course, deciding tomorrow, and then the European Central Bank also on Thursday. So the expectation is they're not going to do anything for the time being, waiting to see what will happen. But in the meantime, unfortunately, what we've seen is that 10-year yields, bond yields, in other words, what the government has to pay, but also linked to mortgage rates, are going up. And that's a real problem for people. And there are serious concerns about hiring intentions. We've seen business confidence and investment intentions go down as well, which really does suggest that the consumer is going to be very concerned about how they spend the money, if they spend the money, because, of course, they may also be losing their jobs.
Okay, Vicky Pryce, really good to get your analysis. Thank you again.